We should be going live.
We should be going live in 4. Huh? Alright, guys.
Friday.
No, it's Thursday. No, let's try not to do that. Sorry. Overtalking. Overtalks. That's why they come from me. We're cheeky.
You know that it does, it's picking up everything.
What do you mean by over, like you said?
This one out. I've got 4 people watching us on YouTube. What's going on?
It's good.
Wait 2 seconds.
Yes, sir.
I was on the bed.
Yeah, that's coming in the camera.
Man. Good morning.
Right.
We live,
yeah, we're live.
Oh,
6 people
okay.
watching. Carleen says hi. What's going on, Carleen?
Hello.
Right, cool. Let me just find this thing on here. Make sure we've got the Facebook popping as we should be.
If anybody's watching through Facebook, can you let us know, please? Just
Yeah,
shout us out.
5 people live on Facebook.
Cool.
Good.
Bless up.
Right, yeah, we've got this topic ready to pop. Right, wait there. Yeah, I think I'm involved. I think we're there. We've got people on YouTube, we've got people on Facebook. Guys, if you're watching, just do us a favour, please. Especially if you're on Facebook, just click on the share button. We're going to try and keep up to date with everything that's going on today. That needs to turn off. Yeah, and we're good. We're good. Right, people, let's get the show going, yeah? Right, let me just take a sip of my drink, make sure my throat's clear. Right. Grown Arse Men in the building, make some noise! Let's go, man! Right, we are there. Yeah, man, then, Javon, what's going on? What's good? That's it, man. When you are watching as well, give us a little shout out. Let us know what's good, innit? I'm just trying to get my the YouTube stream thing. Make sure I can see all you lot's comments, man. Because it's not coming up right now. But anyway, before we do get into that, and I will sort that out and make sure that that's all right. Let's introduce who we've got inside so we can get the topic popping. It's a bit of a serious one today.
Indeed.
But at the same time, everyone's got strong opinions and we're going to have to obviously get that across. You guys watching, your involvement today is paramount, and especially to the ladies, yeah? Because obviously what we're going to be talking about... Shut up, Craig. Let's introduce who we got inside, yeah? Start from our far right.
You know, it's the Pan-African, a.k.a. Dwayne.
Yo, what's going on, people? It's Rakes.
What's going on, people? It's Darren, Mr. D.
And obviously you got myself, the host of the show, Craig. What's going on, people? Right, we got to introduce this topic properly. I got to make sure that this YouTube stream is popping right. We've also got the live call-ins today as well. The number is 07539 955 253. Yeah, try and catch that if you can and give us a shout. If you can, if anyone is going to be calling in, obviously just try and time it right as you can. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try and say don't call in, but obviously if we're on something, then we're going to try and obviously carry on with that. Right, live chat, I'm in. Right, let me just pick up a few people watching. Hannah, what's good? Hey guys, she says. Jay says, what's good? What's good, peoples?
What's going on?
Jack P, I've got to know this. She's Jackie, isn't it? She said her name was Jackie before, I think it was. Yeah, so Jackie, what's good?
I'll type Jackie.
I hope you're right.
Charlene says, good evening, lads, what's good?
Good evening.
We've also got, man like Williams J. Silver. Guys,
My guy.
Destiny or Destination or Destiny. Guys, cop the book, man. Yeah, we're going to be pushing that as well, yeah. Anyone who's doing anything positive, we want to kind of put that out there and show support and love, as you guys do to us. But the topic for today is sexual consent. Ultimately, there's been, Darren, I'll let you kind of break down obviously what's kind of been in the media of late, but we're going to be going on sexual consent and what constitutes sexual consent. Just tell us a little bit about the Harvey thing or whoever it is.
Yeah, so I don't know, anybody who hasn't been in front of the TV, in front of your computer screens, basically it's been everywhere. There's a guy, very influential, very powerful guy in the world of Hollywood. He's a producer, owns his own production company. And basically what's now come to light is that he has been accused of sexually assaulting women for a number of years. And it's ranged from the actresses household names, to up and coming actresses. And basically what's happened now is there's a whole raft of women who've come out and said, yeah, actually, he tried it, he's proposed, he's touched, he's done this and he's done that to me. I understand he's actually come out and said, yeah, you know what, this is actually correct. I do have a problem. I'm going to rehab.
It's a standard line.
But what he said is that he hasn't raped anybody. Anybody who he has had sex with, it has been through consent. So basically, this is what has inspired this topic today. It's not based. We're not trying to discuss Harvey Weinstein at all, but it's all about sexual consent. Where are there blurred lines? Can there be blurred lines? And not necessarily about rape. I know that the memes that went out also as well kind of led people to believe that we're talking about rape, but rape is kind of the extreme. There are things that happen before that, sexual assault, where it can be much more subtle, and like I said, that's where the blurred lines can occur, and so that's what we're trying to discuss today.
All right, cool. So the last meme that I kind of put out there was a man who was touching a woman in what could be considered an inappropriate way in the workplace. Yeah, so, and ladies, I've heard this is quite common. And I'm going to kind of give you guys something, a little bit about myself personally, about what I've experienced, yeah? Because we've got to kind of keep this real. For one, man ain't Harvey, yeah? I'm not one of them things there, yeah? So it's nothing like that. But I had a girl that I used to work with. I'm not going to kind of release the name because she's probably going to see this and she will cuss me out. I'm not really with that. But it was a thing where I wasn't charged for sexual harassment or anything like that. But she said that I inappropriately touched her because I went like this to her. But she said that I squeezed her shoulder. Listen, I know that, yes, I'm quite a big guy, innit? And I'm not looking to bruck anyone's shoulder or nothing like that. But would a hand on the shoulder, because it's a woman, like I can do this to Darren, it's cool, innit? Yeah. But if I was to do this to a woman, is that wrong?
That's stupid. That's just stupid. That's stupid. That's the workplace gone crazy.
Right. So
did she actually make a complaint?
Yeah, there was a complaint that was put through. It was quickly dropped. Let's be honest. But
come on,
there was.
You see silly stuff like that though. That where it messes up for the people that have got real complaints. You can't be moaning at someone's just shoulder.
Yeah, and I'd be pissed if my manager brought that to me. But at the end of the day, I guess it has. All complaints have to be dealt with properly. But if my manager came to me and said, "Yeah, I heard that you put your hand on Tracy's shoulder," I'd be like, "What? Like, really? That's what you're gonna come to me with?"
Right. So. Because initially, my response would be exactly the same as yours. But when I think about it, it's and this is what I'm saying. Like I said, rape is the extreme, but it's a subtlety in terms of sexual harassment. You doing that, yeah, that actual action, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
However, if you have an ulterior motive behind that action, then that can be construed as sexual harassment. Yeah.
All right. So
because it's not just the physical act.
Yeah.
It's also the mental.
Yeah, I get that. But how do you prove that?
Right. Exactly. But this is the problem now, and this is what speaking to women, that this is where the issue lies, is that where people can't where it can't be proven, it makes women feel that they can't come out and say, you know what, this has happened to me. This is happening to me, especially in the working environment, because obviously, as you know, this
is my thing. Women, especially, yeah, and to all women out there, I just need to be very clear, because sometimes I go down a tangent and it makes it sound like I'm kind of against. It's not that. I think that women have a responsibility. For example, for that, if I had done that and I was, I don't know, pulling a bra strap or something, I'm not trying to say either that could be. You understand what I mean? Well, maybe me trying to drag it down or something. That's an issue, but. For me to do this in context of what we was talking about, which was just, solely work related, women have got a responsibility not to do that bullshit, because now that people will see her shit get kind of thrown out, it may question other people who have a genuine reason to go to, heads of management and reporting people. Like, just know what it is, innit? Especially when people, like, in the drastic terms, cry rape.
For me, Craig, I think you touched on the shoulder and you squeezed aggressively or whatever it may have been. For me, she should have turned to you.
Yeah.
I said, Craig, you've held my shoulder a bit too strong or a bit too long, and addressed it with you initially. Yeah. If you've now been made aware of the situation, and then you continue to do that, then she may have grounds to make an issue. But you can't come to me with I touched your shoulder straight away and that's it.
But the thing about it is, alright, like, you got to think about it from the other person's point of view. Right now, you're thinking about it from Craig's point of view, which is there's nothing behind that touch on the shoulder. There's nothing behind it. And obviously, we know the person that Craig is, and we know that there's nothing behind that. That person could think to herself, do you know what? He's just invaded my personal space by touching me on my shoulder.
Then address him.
Yeah. But that woman then has the right to go to management and say, do you know what? There was something inappropriate that happened, and I'm not particularly comfortable with that. I mean, I don't. Like I said,
this is what I think. It's a double standards thing, because a man can't go to no one and say that. If I done that to you, you would have been laughed at and like really?
No. But it's not a man can't go to. It's a man wouldn't go to. There's a difference. A man wouldn't go and report that, because as a man you don't think anything of that. Yeah. However, there are men who are subjected to sexual assault as well. So therefore, it is a problem for men. It's not just a
Let me get the perspectives on some women, because that's you know what, like I said before, that's paramount in what we're talking about. I'm just going to the YouTube stream, right? Jackie, if your name's not Jackie, let me know quick, yeah? Because I'm going to call you that for the whole thing. Right, Jackie says it depends on that lady's background. You've got to remember, not everyone has the same upbringing. I hugged a guy and his friend told me he felt that I was inappropriate, so avoided me after that. And you know what, sometimes it is that, because, it's about states, especially within the workplace, you know what I'm saying? So, hold on. Naisha, if I've said your name right. Maybe she felt like she was violated in terms of personal space and didn't feel like she could tell you about it. Maybe she had several negative experiences in the past. True.
But that's why I said you address the first time.
Yeah. But remember, if she's had negative experiences in the past, it may make her hesitant. You know what I'm saying? To maybe challenge me. So I can actually accept that. Exactly. Right. Jackie said it's easy for you men to say a woman should go up to a man. It's actually very uncomfortable. And men usually dismiss us, to be honest. Wow, okay.
I was reading something in regards to that, and it was saying a third of people, when it comes to cases where a woman is accused of a man of crime rape, 1/3 of people will not believe that woman, will not believe and will rubbish it and say it's not.
That's partially because the amount of people that cry wolf.
Is it? Is it really?
It's partially because of that.
That's interesting. Really? But the thing about it is,
a lot of women do cry wolf.
Yeah, but okay, regardless of whether a woman cries wolf or not, should we not judge on the basis of the circumstances?
Every situation. Do you know what I mean? We should, but when you've got no evidence of nothing, it's hard, isn't it? When it's come from a situation where a lot of women before you have cried wolf, it's then hard for you to say, okay, yeah, I can take your word for it. Unless you know that person, it's hard for you to then take on board.
I think more women are crying it nowadays.
So
crying it,
yeah.
Sorry.
Wrongly accusing.
I think more women are more open about this kind of thing now. Whereas back in the day it might have been brushed under the carpet a little more. Whereas right now I think in every working sector, women are more likely to come out and say, you know what, that's not right. Whether it be something said or someone inappropriately touching someone, I think they're feeling a lot more able to.
Yeah, I think you know why? I think it's taken more seriously now than it ever has been.
Yes.
Yeah, because like you said, like that situation there, every situation has to be dealt with.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
No matter how
there's even more of a responsibility because of how seriously it's taken. It's like that's what that is. That is maybe miscommunication from both. And I say communication for me in terms of the physical. Let's just say that she has taken it wrong. I know the girl. I don't think she took it wrong. I just think she's a bitch. Yeah, let me just put that out there. But in terms of but hear what I'm saying though. Hear what I'm saying. In terms of she knows who she is as well. Good. Yeah, I'm not saying your name. No. It's a thing in terms of communication, because when I do that, I'm communicating something to you. Do you understand what I mean? If I put my hand or pat you on your back, like that's a well done, isn't it? So I was communicating to her physically, maybe when I shouldn't. That.
But this is what I'm saying though.
Sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I know you.
Yeah.
And you can't swear for everybody, but I'm confident that there was nothing in it. What Craig's talking about, but there's two people involved in this situation. Do you know what I mean? So your intentions, you know your intentions. She doesn't necessarily know your intentions.
I agree with that.
And she and all she knows is how she felt. Do you know what I mean? It's like the whole wolf whistling thing. In France now, they've just basically made a ruling where it's illegal to wolf whistle in France. If you wolf whistle at France, if a man wolf whistles at a woman, he can potentially be fined up to 4,000.
Well, I can understand that. It's kind of disrespectful. No, it's not foolishness, because
listen,
I get it.
Let me take it to the stream quickly. Big up Facebook as well. I had a little bit of a problem, which is why I haven't been reading out your messages. Maya says, shout out to Grown Arse Men. Maya, thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. Carleen said, blessings all. And what have we got here? Zinnia, if I said your name right, I'm tuned in. What's that?
You had this problem before.
All right, cool. I've got the same problem. Zinnia, yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Some women will take the hand on the shoulder as more than just contact. It all depends on how it came across. And this is the thing. I'm quite a jovial character. I wouldn't say that I'm aggressive. I'm kind of that cuddly bear. In fact, cuddly is the wrong word because we're talking about contact. Not in that way. I'm just mean like I'm a nice guy basically. So I wasn't coming across aggressive. Maya's also said it all depends on how it made her feel. She could have also had previous similar issues which was worse, so your contact could have triggered previous experience.
I don't understand.
And see,
this is what annoys me.
I was against it, but I was at first I was saying, you know what, nice, she's overreacting, she's being silly and everything. But something Darren said before, and following up on what that lady said there, if it does follow something where she's been through that experience before, and it may have led on to something a lot more,
sinister.
So every man's guilty.
But that's what I was just about to say. So now Craig has to pay a price because of
that's
what's
life.
involved.
That's life. You have to understand. You have to understand where that particular person is coming from.
Right, but
if you ask her fast, then you can understand that reaction.
You men are just talking about where women have lied, bro. Please believe.
This is not. I'm not saying she's lied. No. This is what I'm saying. This is her interpretation of what occurred.
But before you said about where women have cried wolf, basically. Listen, there are a lot of instances that happen unrecorded.
There's no doubt about that.
Simply because for a woman, there's still a stigma attached to coming out and saying, you know what, I was sexually assaulted. Also, like I said, in regards to the stat, a woman will come out and not be believed that she's been sexually assaulted. Do you know what I mean? So while she's saying that's a result of women crying wolf, you also have to understand there's a lot of women who have been sexually assaulted.
I don't doubt it for 1 second.
But it's part of those reasons why they come out and they say, an accusation is made and then it gets thrown out is because of situations like some of the memes show. When a girl is drunk or smashed and then some sexual relations of some kind happen and then she cries rape, you can understand why those things may get thrown out, or it can look like.
Ooh, you gotta be careful with your language.
What are you saying?
Effectively, you gotta be careful with your language there. Like, if a woman is drunk and she's drunk out of the skull, and sexual relations happen, can she not cry rape if she's been raped?
Of course she can,
but she has to know she's been raped. Half the time they don't know.
This is my problem. This goes on to the meme that I put out, and it was quite controversial. I'm definitely coming to the stream in a second as well. This about the woman who basically it looked like she's almost woke up in a terrible state. Her knickers are halfway down her legs. She's clearly got alcohol around her. She's drunk way beyond excess. And I think I put something about, thinking about, how did this happen to me? Yeah. So my thing is this. I'm not trying to say for 1 second that women deserve to be raped. In no circumstance can that ever occur. But I think women have a responsibility to give themselves every single chance for it not to happen, to not be taken advantage of. And drinking in that manner and getting into that state, you attract predators.
But everybody has to take responsibility in themselves.
100%. But more so women, because they are the more vulnerable out of the two sexes. Let's be real.
But for me, just playing devil's advocate, a woman can get drunk, get hammered out her head, and then
one more time. No, honestly.
A woman can get drunk, yeah, and then claim, look, I've been sexually assaulted, yeah? And the excuse was she was too drunk. But then on the same flip side, if their partner or something cheated, they wouldn't accept that as an excuse. So why is it okay for it to be an excuse in this circumstance?
That is. It's going on to something totally different.
I like that.
It links in because it's never a valid excuse, isn't it?
It's never a valid excuse.
Let me take it to the stream very quickly.
What about that?
I don't think anyone clocked that. I tried to go like this. Yeah. We've got a caller coming through still. Live caller. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Can everyone in the stream hear you? What's your name?
Jay.
What's good, Jay?
What's going on, man? You alright?
Yeah, man. Bless, man. Talk to us.
Yeah, man. I just want to talk about what the Pan African exchange is.
Yeah.
On my podcast, at Sadly, I'll plug it.
Little shameless plug.
Cheeky one.
Yeah. I was thinking about the subject, and I think that with people being drunk, the lad is very blurred. Now, us men, we'll go out, we'll get lean, we'll get drunk, and the woman won't be as drunk. Is that breakthrough?
Alright, wait there 1 second. I'm gonna try and you have to say that one more time. Go for us again. No. Don't go for us. Don't do nothing. Yeah? Apologies, man. Can you hear us still?
Yeah, I can.
Alright, cool. Run that by us one time. I'm gonna have to repeat what you're saying because the speaker is very low. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, okay, alright. So, as the Pan African was saying about a woman being drunk, drunk out of her head and her having a responsibility. Do you also think that a man being drunk much more than what the woman is? Do you think a man is treated the same?
Okay. I get you. So basically what Jay's saying, and run me if I'm wrong, is that in a situation where the man is more drunk than the woman, can it be taken that the man hasn't actually given full consent because he ain't in his right mind? Is that right?
No one thinks of it.
That
like
never
that.
happens.
No one never thinks of it like that.
Right.
But then that's down to the man to say whether he feels like he's been sexually assaulted, right?
Right. And listen, Jay, we're gonna take this one. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate the call.
Appreciate it, Jay.
Bless, man.
Yeah, that's down to the man to say whether he thinks he's been sexually assaulted or not.
But it's a good point because I made the point about women being, beyond excess and everything. But I guess I think what he's trying to get at as well is that there's double standards. You understand what I mean? It's blatantly, it is double standards. And I actually think rightly so. Yeah, because the same way I'm saying that the woman is more vulnerable, I think that the man is physically, in most cases, the more dominant sex. Do you understand what I mean?
And the double standards comes from us, from men.
Yeah.
Because as men, there's a stigma to come out and say,
yeah.
oh, you know what, I was sexually assaulted. Or do you know what I mean? You don't sit like if that was happening to any of us, we wouldn't consider ourselves being sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
We would consider ourselves as being lucky because we got truth. You know what I mean?
It's real.
It's real.
Let me take it to the
women about what.
Yeah, let me take it to the stream quickly. All right. Right, we've got Emma here saying, I think everybody has to give themselves the opportunity not to be in a vulnerable position, whether you are the person accusing someone of sexual assault or the person being accused.
Yeah.
Both parties should not put themselves in the predicament.
Prevention is better than cure.
100%. 100%.
Which is like from a male point of view, like if a girl is that smashed, I don't want to be in a position where I can be accused of that.
Exactly.
So I'm taking myself out of that situation.
All right,
You
you're
gotta
saying
realise
that's
that's
yeah?
both
You're saying
men.
that's smash.
No,
Are you telling me you never slept with a girl that's drunk?
No.
That she's had a drink.
No.
She's been out and again she's drunk.
Drink. She's got to.
Well,
be,
but that's
she's got to be
from-
nice.
but
She's
to
drunk,
you,
I'm
she's
not
nice,
interested.
bro. Yeah, she's nice. Yeah, but she can still get up in the morning and say, I had too much drink, and I didn't get consent, and that for everyone else is rape.
See, that's why I record everything because
Record?
jokes.
Those is jokes.
Do you know what I mean? So to you, she was nice, and to her at the time, she was nice. But when she gets up in the morning and regrets it, and then she goes, she's got a case against yours.
Let me just let me read that one or two more. Nick Fowler says, shout out to Nick as well, old friend of mine. If a man and a woman both go out for the night, they both get drunk. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in theory, that's the way it should be. All right, let's try and take this one on. Live caller. Hello, if you could speak as loud as you possibly can, that would be great. Okay, what's your name? No problem. Anonymous caller on the line.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, I know all you guys pretty well, but basically, I don't see why women. Sorry, I'm not going to say my name.
No one asked you to. No, that's all right. You can. Yeah, you can.
It's a delay.
Oh, it's a delay. Yeah, sorry.
Women would put themselves in that position to be violated and getting that done. I made a comment earlier. Why would we look after our houses, our cars, our phones, make sure that's all safe, but then leave our bodies open to be violated?
That's very true. So it's just to repeat that, it's like sorry, anonymous caller was just saying. I'm just saying for the stream. Anonymous caller was saying, why do we women, look after our houses, our cars, and all of this, but leave our bodies vulnerable? And that's one of the main points that we wanted to put across as well. Live call, I really appreciate the call. Thank you very much, Anonymous. Right.
But the thing about it is, yeah, you have to be careful because then it's kind of almost saying like, all right, you know what? As a woman, don't go out and get drunk.
Don't get smashed on. Because you can't get hammered to the point where you're not in control anymore. That's not responsible.
Everyone does have the right to get drunk.
But nobody goes out and says, yeah, I'm going to get drunk beyond my wildest dreams where I can't
go out.
People go out
looking to get legless.
Exactly.
People go out looking to get drunk, of course. But generally, you go out, drink, and you get drunk.
Okay.
Now, what I'm saying is, I understand, of course, as a woman, anybody needs to basically ensure your safety is paramount, of course. But to say a woman shouldn't be going out and getting drunk because she can be encouraging rape.
No one's saying that.
I don't know.
We're saying
no.
How many times you've been out, Darren, there where you're so smashed that you ain't got a clue what's going on at the time? In the morning, you may have forgot, but at the time, you ain't got a clue what is going on.
It's happened to me a couple of times.
You ain't responsible, bro.
It's happened to me a couple of times. I'm just being real.
And I'm not saying that
for me,
that no woman should do that. I'm saying no one should do that where they go out and they're legless and they can't remember what's happened. Like if that happens to me, you've got every right to cuss me.
Okay.
So it's definitely gonna be heightened for a woman doing the same thing.
Okay, cool. I understand that. I'm just trying to make the point that for me, it's you can't say to a woman don't go out there and don't
it's
don't
not
get
just
drunk.
to a woman, Darren. It's to everybody. You're supposed to be responsible when you go out. Listen, if you get too smashed up, you might come home with no phone, no keys, no nothing, and that is your fault because you chose to get to that legless. You should know your limit when you're drinking.
Yeah, but that's different from going out and not having your keys and whatever and blah blah blah. That's your fault. Going out and getting smashed and then being sexually assaulted.
Yeah, no one's saying it's right. No one's
your fault.
No one's saying
that's different.
You should be responsible for yourself. Look after yourself, and your number one priority. Number one is
know your limit.
Okay, cool. I agree with what you're saying in terms of you should look after your safety. Your own safety is paramount, and you should be responsible for yourself. Yeah. What I thought you were saying was that women shouldn't go out and get drunk.
No.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Just more responsibility over themselves when they do go and have a drink or two.
All right, let's take it to the stream. Right. Nick Fowler's followed on from what he said. He said, if a man and woman both go out for a night and both get drunk, why is it the man who has to be 100% responsible for his actions and the woman has zero responsibility for hers? Very good point.
Growing up today.
Right, live caller.
Talk loudly, please.
Hello? Who we got online?
Oh, no.
All right, that one's cut off.
Right.
That's all good. Right, let me just read a couple more coming from YouTube.
YouTube.
Right. Official Carbon Force has said, flipping it, been searching for this. Shout out Official Carbon Force.
Yes.
He's been, everyone as well who kind of follows our Instagram, he's been very active on that and very opinionated. Let's just say that. Very opinionated.
Sorry, before you read out, everybody on YouTube, please just hit the subscribe button. That way next week or next 2 weeks, you'll get a notification for the next show. All right, then you won't have to search.
Right. So Jackie was saying before, yes, man in the tie. No one ever knows your name.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he said, men actually, she said, I think she's agreeing with you, men actually create all the standards, women help uphold the standards. That sounds like bars, to be honest. Right, JW said, it's a thin line, and you have to keep yourself safe always as a man and a woman.
Yes.
Yeah, totally agree. Right, where have we got here? Naisha said, anyone should be able to go and do whatever they please without feeling or being violated. Unfortunately, that does not happen in the real world, and it's not fair. That is...
It's not, but it's
the way of life, isn't it? Let me just go on to Facebook. It's quite cool, kind of just switching as well. Thank you guys for all the support and kind of let us know on both streams. Yeah, Vanessa said, yes, you should be responsible. Know if you're tipsy, your friends will look after you and make sure you are safe at all times. Again, that's about the company you keep as well, because that's
very important though.
You know, that is essential. Know how to handle yourself when drinking. I would not drink to the point, woman or man, you should know what's going on. That's from Carlene. Right. And Melissa said, I can't stand people that use drinking as an excuse for doing the things they wouldn't normally do and then regret it in the morning. 100%. You got to know yourself as well. If drink makes you transform and become this different person,
then leave it out.
You might need to leave that out. Do you understand what I mean? But let me go to the other meme that we put out there as well. No, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to take a call. Live caller. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Use the private number, but you know.
That's all good.
I said to myself, you know what, if I call my private number, sometimes people in this state, you know, stop calling them. Just so you know, this is one of the gentlemen from Harvey Weinstein.
It's one of the gentlemen from where, sorry?
Carbon
Yes.
Shout out to you, man.
Okay, so I spoke about this, funny enough, about within the last 2 weeks, not the exact topic, but the nature of this topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I was saying to the lady is, because this particular person, she had some issues. She told me a few stories that she had with work, with her boss. And, you know, over the years, I've also had discussions where someone's either had an incident in the past or they know someone for the incident. So I posed something to the lady. She didn't really like it, but she got me in the end. But initially, she was like, she wasn't really feeling what I was trying to say. This is what I was trying to say to her. The world we live in needs to be fully acknowledged. Because I said to her that, yes, it is not correct that a male should do this to a female. However, because I spoke about how does a female conduct herself, or how does she dress, what does she do with herself for a scenario to take place. Now, what I was trying to say to her is the lady's fault. The point I was trying to get across to her, and I want to put to yourself as well, and the broad audience listening in, because the world that we live in is set a certain way. If we're not going to take that into consideration, you kind of you're not really gonna set you're not gonna lay down a nice foundation. For example, we know there's men around who behave in atrocious ways. There's men around that crazy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's men that do act in bad ways. Yeah.
Right now, if you're not going to take into consideration, at the end of the day, we have got purpose around. We've got pedophiles around. We've got all these kind of weird men around. This is who we have in the area that we live in. Yeah. This is what we've got. This is what we've got on the plate. Now, if we know we have this on the plate, then you need to kind of conduct yourself in a certain way to accommodate that.
I do. I definitely get what you're saying in regards to, you know, accommodating yourself and acting in a certain way because of the way the world. I do get what you're saying, but there are people who don't have those standards. Do you understand what I mean? We have to just talk about almost the black and white. It is if for example, we're talking about women not conducting themselves in a certain way, being drunk and out there and all of that.
Because of the predators.
But they have the right to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we all know that they shouldn't, but they do have the right to do that. We're trying to put out there, what I'm especially trying to put out there, if they act a certain way, they could attract these attention. Whether they take that on board or not is actually down to them. Do you understand what I mean? So
well, that's why I feel is good, because like you said, there's gonna be females out there who don't do things like that.
yeah.
It's about raising awareness. Now, 100%, a woman should be able to do whatever she likes. At the end of the day, there was a point in time in life where people didn't even wear clothing. However,
Yeah, I know that's an idealistic world. But listen, we've really got to kind of move it on. Thank you so much for the call, man. I'm sorry I have to cut it short as well. But yeah, much
Thank you
appreciated.
very much.
brother.
Appreciate
Nice
it,
one.
Nice one.
Sorry about that, guys. I know that some of you guys, well, in fact, I know all of you guys are probably not actually hearing the calls. We've got a problem with the speaker at the moment, but we've obviously put it out there, so I don't want to reject any sort of calls coming through. I think basically what he's trying to say, and I'm just trying to summarize, is that once upon a time we was all one way. We wore no clothes and all of this, and we've kind of basically put it out there to standards. So the way in which the world is, we should conform. I'll use that word now. Conform to those standards. All right.
Phone's popping.
What's going on, guys? You were talking to? Hello. How are you? Yeah, all good, all good. I don't know if anyone can actually hear.
Happy.
Yeah. What's your question? So lying about date rape. Yeah. Ooh, went to the Old Bailey.
Bailey, wow.
Sorry, you as a friend, did you know what she was doing?
Did you know what she was doing as a friend? You had no idea. Okay.
You was mortified.
Scared that she was going to get into trouble with her parents. But what I'm going to say is her mum and dad later realised that
She was lying.
but they never ever made her take the consequences.
No,
See, that's
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
So the mum and dad found out, and the mum and dad didn't do anything.
And
disgusting.
if the girl is 17, that is down to the parents to fix it.
100%. 100%.
And that was my child. I was shocked to me, out and outright, because that was disgusting.
100%. I totally agree. Thank-
Self-respect doesn't cost anything. Now, when I go out, on this front, actually, I get wanked.
So
she goes out and she gets
She get wankers. Okay.
We're going to be interviewers. Layla's just got said that she goes out, she gets wankered. In the smash.
Have to deal with the consequences. But I go home.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You're definitely responsible. Listen, we're gonna move it on. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate your call. All right, man. Nice one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Right, so I just want to go back to the previous caller, and I kind of think what I took from what he was saying is that the way that the world is now, you have to react to the way that the world is, which is true to a certain degree. But do you know what I find? It's like we talk about we often tell the victim what they should and shouldn't do in order to avoid this from happening, but there's not much teaching going out to those people who are committing the crimes. It's just seen as, do you know what? They're sick, whatever. But like, I feel like from a younger age, alright, cool.
Can you teach someone that's sick? Because that is what you are.
No, but not all rapists, or not all rape cases or sexual assault cases are those sick individuals. I think the majority of them are, yeah. But then you do have instances where you might have, I don't know, you might have a young youth who commits a crime and he just hasn't been taught
Give me
what
an
needs to be
example.
taught.
For me, you're just sick. So give me an example of someone who commits a sexual assault.
A young youth with his brethren and they're all hype and they go. I'm not even talking about rape, but they go and fondle, grope a girl.
Okay.
Now you got to think about it. As men, with our sons, we treat our sons differently to our daughters.
Yeah.
Our daughters are taught, you know what, protect yourself at all costs. Yeah, which is cool. I agree with that. Our sons are taught, you know what, protect yourself as in strap up, but go out there and do your thing. You know what I mean? Which, yeah, all right, cool. It's male and female.
There's got to be more education.
But there's got to be more education because some men are saying to themselves, yeah, man, son, go out there and beat as many girls as you can, man. Make sure you strap up and blah, blah, blah. A young boy might take that as, you know what? Right, my dad said I can go and do whatever I want. I might just go and just wrote that girl, fondled that girl, blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? No, but you
that encouragement to your son needs to go along with lessons of consent.
Yeah, but for me, even if you didn't, for your son to think that he can just go out and he's got a problem.
Yeah.
No, if your son thinks he can just go out and he's grown women, he's got a problem, and something along the line of his growing up, you're the problem. Yeah, something along the line is wrong.
Your son has to know that he's responsible for his actions.
I think it's way too simplistic to say that.
I think official Carbon Fools just put it in the thing. Parenting goes a long way.
Yeah,
that is so true.
Exactly.
Let me just read out a couple more. Right, Maya said, many of us have issues, just going back onto the drink issue, many of us have issues we don't deal with. So when we go out and drink, we tend to overdo it with the drinks. It doesn't mean we want to be taken advantage of. 100%.
I agree with that.
I agree with that, but there has to be a show of control in some sense if it's at your detriment. Do you understand what I mean? It's like, I'm not trying to say that every girl who goes and gets drunk is going to get raped. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you're less likely to make a wise decision or being able to be physically taken advantage of if you're absolutely totaled and wasted. Do you understand what I mean? Wankered, yeah, like she said. Right, let me just read out a couple more. Thank you, Ty.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Sorry. But guys, it's Darren. My apologies. I didn't mean that.
Apologies, viewers.
My apologies. It's Darren.
Jackie is the guy with the tie. Don't watch nothing. Yeah, it's always men will be men. Not all rapists are sick. A lot are just men who have little regard for women. Men are not taught that no is no. See, we're going by, I suppose I get what you're saying, because we're going by our standards and what we know to be right and wrong.
And don't come with that generalization about men don't know about no means no. That's bullshit. Like, a man that don't know that no is no is a dickhead.
Men are not, I think she's saying not all men are taught no means no. Alright. Let me just go on to Facebook as well. Right, Melissa has said, I don't know if I read that already. I can't stand people that use drink for an excuse. Yep. And why would anyone want to sleep with someone that drunk? Right. This is the thing. We're going back to people who are.
Where is the line? That's the problem.
Yeah.
There is no line.
Well, this is
when people are now speaking about when you're totally hammered. Yeah. But there have been cases where women are not totally hammered, but afterwards, I wasn't in my right mind.
I get that.
So there is no real line.
But this is why I wanted to go on to next, because like I said, the next scenario that I put up as a meme was the girl who was sitting at the edge of the bed, and I put there as a caption, well, in the comments as well, let's imagine that this is 2 a.m. in the morning, she's gone to this guy's house, she's now sitting at the end of the bed saying, boy, I didn't ask for that, I didn't want that. The guy's in the bed behind her thinking, boy, she was on it, she came to my house. Do you understand what I mean? Where do we draw the line? What I'm asking is someone, a woman, go into a man's house at, let's say, 2 a.m. in the morning when only the devil's out, 2 a.m. in the morning, you're not going there, in my view, for a conversation. So, 1 second, is it right or totally wrong for that man to assume what's going down?
Listen, we can't never assume,
Yeah.
But at the same time, a woman will tell you, her right and her given right, and I would agree. She can go where she wants at whatever time of night she wants to go there.
Exactly.
The problem is, I don't personally feel that you should do things like that. Same way I don't feel like Marlon should sleep in the same bed with his friend because it gives off wrong signals and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if you're playing offense. You telling me that a woman who's going to someone's house at 2 a.m. in the morning?
I'm telling you from a woman's point of view.
We got WhatsApp, we got Facebook, we got FaceTime. Yeah. How about that? Yeah?
But
so we can talk face to face. If you are physically coming to somebody's house or a man's house at 2 a.m. in the morning, it is not to just talk.
So what does that mean?
No. Right. She comes to my house at 2 o'clock because she's drunk and she just can't get home. I shouldn't take advantage of her.
That's different.
But all of this is regardless.
Why you take advantage of it?
No, but what I'm saying is, you don't. What state?
Doesn't matter what time it is. If she's drunk, completely out.
But what I'm saying is, she comes to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning. That still doesn't give you the right to think that.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me read a few comments. Let me read a few comments because, like I said, the women are essential in this one. Yeah. Right. So harassed all the girls and who wants to go to the teacher to tell them they've been harassed. I think they might be having a little bit of a conversation in the stream as well. Right. Michelle has actually said she has the right to change her mind. Exactly. What the hell? Right. So my thing would be this. In terms of the scenario, and maybe my mind thinks a little bit different. I'm not saying that women haven't got the right to change their mind, 100%. But my thing is, she is sitting at the edge of the bed after the event. Why hasn't she got up and left? If she changed her mind.
Too late.
No. Change up what?
No.
What do you mean? Too late to change
She
her mind.
said, remember the meme said it's already gone. It's done.
Was it?
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you can't change your mind after. So you're changing your mind before it happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing to suggest that
No,
he
you've got a point.
raped her like.
You've got a point there. If she is going with it and the deed happens, then she can't say nothing, in my opinion. Yeah. If she has put up resistance of any way, shape, or form, a no, yeah, even though going there 3 o'clock in the morning, just in her panties, whatever. If she says no, yeah, hold on, yeah, because I'm talking about, I'm trying to put out the extreme here.
Yeah.
If a woman comes to your house naked at 3 o'clock in the morning and she says no, it's a no. However, if she hasn't said no, if she's gone along with the guy's intentions, and then you're questioning it after, then, in my opinion, you can't say that.
See, there's scenarios where they haven't said no. Yeah, they haven't physically come out and said no, but they're uncomfortable with the scenario that they're in, the predicament, and they don't say nothing.
Okay.
What about those situations? Where does that fit?
For me,
What is that?
For me, then you have to take other situations other factors into consideration. You have to. It's body language. It's what has actually been said. Do you know what I mean? All of those things have to be taken into consideration, because then she hasn't directly told that person, this is not what I want.
Okay, so they come around to watch the DVD. It's early evening, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Pushes on 10, 11. Man moves her. She's not saying no. Yeah, but she's not totally comfortable. As he raped her.
No, but this is the thing. If you're picking up those signals as a man, regardless of the scenario, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't give a fuck. What's happened to just asking?
Right.
Do you understand what I mean? That's the only thing that hasn't kind of been considered. Like,
for me,
do you want to do this? You feel comfortable doing this? I actually read or heard something somewhere today that you're supposed to ask 3 times.
I'm gonna be real.
I can't remember where I read that or something.
I will often ask that question.
I wouldn't ask it
Often.
Yeah, fine. Go for it.
I'm not saying ask
for me.
3 times.
For me, it's the worst. That's my worst nightmare, to be involved in a situation where a woman is accusing me of rape, of sexual assault. That's my worst nightmare. So if I detect even a hint of anything, it's long. It's long. I'm not. It's long. What for you to
No.
It's long. It's long.
Alright, cool. So I'm not even going to try and make light of this. Let me just read out a couple more comments in response to what we were saying. Right. Official Common Force said, no. Not all women can walk away like that. She may be scared. Come on. Cool. Like I said, that may be the case, but in terms of the scenario given, there was nothing to really suggest. Because my other question was, and maybe, like I said, my mind thinks a little bit weird. And I know women can do weird things sometimes. I know people can do weird things. But you're sitting there at the edge of the bed thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. I can't see you picking up no shoes, no nothing like.
They don't want picking up
Yeah, but what are you jamming there for? Like, you want to jam there with your rapist brethren who just done you over? Come on,
But
get
back
up
in the
and
mind,
go
you
there.
don't necessarily you regret it. Yeah, but is it rape?
And this is this is what we're debating.
And so,
yeah, go on.
what Common Force is saying about she might be scared. That's no reason to go through with sex and then say after you want to cry.
Right.
Don't tell me about you were scared. That's why you went ahead with it.
It's funny because the man in that situation 100% has a responsibility to make sure that this woman is totally comfortable and wants what's going on. At the same time, I still think the woman's got a responsibility to say what she wants and what she doesn't want. And I think that's often dismissed by a lot of women. I hate this because I make it sound like I'm backing up the rapist, man. I'm not doing that. But it's not. I'm just saying about responsibility. And as much as it is on the men, it's also on the women. Yeah, and I think that's just dismissed.
Men don't read minds, isn't it? So if you have an issue, say it.
Right. Michelle makes a very good thing. She she says some women actually freeze in the cases of trauma. So my thing, yeah, that's true. I can't argue. It's fair enough.
It is. I like Craig said,
if you freeze,
what happened to asking, and I very much agree with that. And I think in all situations, if as a man, guys, if you're watching out there, if you fall into a situation where you potentially think, I'm not really too certain, ask the question. Ask the question. Because if she says to you, it's cool, then it's cool. Do you know what I mean? If she then doesn't say it's cool, or and in a roundabout way is not saying it's cool, then you know that there's an issue there. And for me, it's as simple as that. With women, you have it's your right, your entitlement to say no at any stage. Even if it's just about, if you're like, babe, I'm on it, and it's just about to put it in and you say no, that's your entitlement. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to say that.
This is one thing. Layla said good night, everyone. Brilliant show. Yeah, I appreciate that. Layla, listen, I get that. Right. Michelle Jackson, my wife, said our son's school has a workshop for 18 weeks, 18-week workshop for children to have awareness on sexual consent and sex around social media.
Good.
I think that's really good. I think that's something that should really be that needs to be installed. Definitely. Carlene said, going back to the scenario, it depends on their relationship. They should have said something. I don't know if she meant she should have said something. They should have said something. Yeah, and you know, in some ways, I don't know. I'm gambling. I get from that picture, and you have to kind of put things that it was a first time experience. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, maybe someone should just have something to say. This is definitely what we're going to be doing. And Nicola has said about the skills to be assertive, and I think guys definitely, you know, being the dominant one, have to have that. We need to wrap up. We've got so many comments coming through. I just want to get everyone's views very quickly on the Harvey Weinstein thing, and people obviously in Hollywood knowing about it and keeping their mouth shut. Very quickly.
For me, because it's been spoken about for a good decade or more.
Has it been that long?
It's been that long. I believe that they must have been aware
of it. A decade?
Well, they've been speaking about it for
a lot of
actors have come out and said, stay away from him. He's done this. A lot.
But they were odd stories.
Yeah, it's a story.
Now it's just all come out.
It's even like, I can go into another stream, because it's almost like, well, why is it now that all these other women are jumping on and like, oh, all this happened, now it's cool to come out and say Harvey Weinstein done X, Y, and Z.
The Bill Cosby thing as well. It's like, maybe it gives people confidence when someone else has come out. It gives another woman confidence to then follow suit. But
Is that PPI? When you see somebody getting £1,000 and whatever, you
no, £1,000. It's a terrible example. The man said it's like PPI. That needs to be captured. Someone needs to capture that.
Terrible, Darren.
Wow.
You know what?
No, for real. Not even making that.
But what my thing is that Hollywood are reacting to it, and I think it's all publicity, because you look at what's his name? I can't remember what his name is. He's another famous person, and he got charged with raping a 13-year-old. He got a bag of charges, and he hasn't got the same treatment as he's gone on to win awards.
Well, someone just put in a stream that it's about money. People. Sorry, they said people weren't aware of it, but money talks.
Yeah.
So
Hollywood is its own little world.
That's a crying shame.
Why they were just one-off stories, Hollywood didn't mind just keeping it all contained and keeping it under the covers. And you got to understand, this guy ain't no little dude in Hollywood. Like he's a big man. He's running a lot of stuff. The moment.
No, that's gonna sit with me for a while. Darren don't do his saying like
so left.
He don't do his saying things like that.
Now that everything has come out, you can understand why women now feel that confidence to say, okay, right, it's out. Okay, I'm gonna say something as well. And it's one of them things. One person saying something don't hold no weight. Once all those other women come forward, now he ain't got a leg to stand on.
Exactly.
Possibility with that, and again, just playing devil's advocate.
Some
of them, women that jump in,
some of them are probably, you know, just trying to find a PPI, you know, just.
but this is the thing. He's put himself in that situation by allowing other women to jump on the bandwagon if they are doing that. By doing that in the first place.
Don't get me wrong. I have no sympathy for him if they are lying, because at the end of the day, he has to get what's happening to him.
With that, I think, by all accounts, it was like the worst kept secret in Hollywood. Apparently, like the majority of actresses knew and had advised other actresses as well to stay clear of him, like he said. But as a budding actress in Hollywood, this guy is like all powerful.
Yeah.
Are you really going to come out and say something when it's going to be to the detriment of your career? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's another reason why some of them are going to keep it on the down low, because they're getting their foot in the door, and once they've got through, yes, they've been violated, but at the same time, they don't want to come back out of that world.
I mean,
They want to stay in there.
and you got to remember, this is not rape we're talking about. We're talking about sexual assault. So that's like a brush past or
Look at my guy, man.
something subtle.
his
It's
name?
not
Guys
it's
got
not rape. Do you know what I mean?
I
So
get what you're saying, but
these women,
this conversation.
these women might say,
Terry
I'm just gonna
Terry
forget
Crews,
that.
yeah.
I'm just gonna
see,
forget.
I don't want to go into the
Terry Crews was they touched him and
he was broke,
accepted it.
and
He accepted it.
I just can't.
It's the same
can't
thing.
be
He got
that person.
violated.
Yes, and he should have done something or said something.
But they
about
might not
no.
have career to speak of. That's how you
But
view
is
it.
it worth it?
But what about things like dignity and stuff like that? Come on, man, but respect yourself, innit?
I understand. Listen, I understand your point.
So
You're not in that
So
position.
listen, he shouldn't have conformed.
We should not. Right, should not. Not in that instance. Right, listen, we need to wrap up, guys. Listen, it's been a dope show. Thank you guys for everyone for the contributions, the comments, the live calls. Really do apologise about the speaker. I'm not too sure how much kind of came through.
We'll sort out the speaker.
Yeah, that will all come. But let's kind of give our final thoughts on sexual consent and what constitutes, just whatever you want to say.
For me, it will always remain a grey area as to what sexual assault actually is. I don't think any discussion we have will ever bring results as to what that is. I still do believe there is a responsibility of individuals to look after themselves and make sure they don't find themselves in those situations. And again, I would say alcohol can't be an excuse for one thing and then it's not an excuse for others. So you need to decide whether it's an excuse or it isn't an
That's a good
excuse.
point you brought up. I really would have liked to discuss that as well, but it's a different kind of topic. Yeah, Riggs, your time.
Kind of to do with the drinking and everything and sexual consent. Your friends need to be with you more often. Like this whole thing of girls being left drunk and left to their own devices is reckless. And guys, like same thing. Don't let your brethren go off with a drunken girl and knowing that he could be in the same situation. Like look after you. Girls look after your girls. Boys look after your boys, because this kind of thing, like I said, it is getting worse, and people don't necessarily go out there purposely to then start accusing people of things. But once the deed is done, who knows what happens the next morning? Just take responsibility for your actions.
Sexual consent, man. I think it's quite simple for me as a man. If you have not got that consent from that woman and that's certified, then why are you going there? Do you know what I mean? Don't go there. Women, like these guys have said, look after yourself. I just want to read the fact that there are approximately 85,000 women and 12,000 men that are raped every single year. Now that's what is recorded. Yeah, and they say about 15% of actual rape cases are reported to the police. So ladies, if this is happening to you, and it doesn't have to be rape, sexual assault, let people know. Don't suffer in silence. Let people know. Guys, just stay clear of any kind of situation where you could possibly be accused of anything.
PPI case, bro.
I was going to say I want to echo that, but I don't. Now, in regards to sexual consent, the one thing that I've probably been pushing is that I think both parties have a massive responsibility to be sure about the avenue that they're taking with that person. And I think Darren said it earlier, if you're not sure or you can't be sure, you can't ask that direct question and get a direct answer. Don't go through with it. Mm-hmm. One of the main points that I brought up was about the meme, and obviously a woman going to the house at that time in the morning. I'm not trying to say that a woman can't change her mind or anything like that, but in that scenario, that situation, and obviously we'd need kind of more information. A direct question's got to be asked, or there should be a very clear no. There should be no reason to chance, because that had the guy reflecting at the end, yeah, she came to my house, she was on it. There should be no doubt in his mind that you didn't want to go through with that. So as much as I know women can freeze up and everything, I still feel you have a responsibility and the right to say no. And you need to exercise that if it's something that you don't want to do. I will be teaching my children, my boys, you get, I think I put it in the group, it was a Nas lyric, get a yes confirmation before penetration, or you'll wind up in a police station, yeah? Very, very straight.
Bars!
Yeah? And
bars!
as much as it's real.
Say that again. No.
Get a yes confirmation before penetration, or you'll wind up in a police station.
Old time rich.
They don't wretch, man.
Ain't wretch.
Man, that's Nas, yeah? The real man there. Anyway, different topic, yeah? Guys, thank you for tuning in. Anyone who is still online, please click the like button on Facebook, on YouTube. That really helps us out. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, please subscribe. If you haven't shared on Facebook, please just click the share button for us, man. Really, really appreciate it.
Pick up yourselves.
God bless. Good
Bless.
night.
Peace.
Boy. Remember the
The PPI keeps me, bro.
Gemma Brown says Team Darren. Raw, there's a Team Darren going on. Go on.
Hold tight,
Back.
Gemma. Hold tight.